What's good?
I don't know. I just have no response to it.
Noted. So nothing's good. That's nice.
Everything sucks. It's a song.
Another day on this bitch of an earth.
I know. Which is simultaneously great and terrible.
Love it. You know, sometimes some of the best bangers out there are terrible.
Hmm.
Have you seen that thing that's been going around like TikTok and the Bird app where it's like this fake early 2000s like Europop dance club song with just like completely nonsensical lyrics?
I have not.
Oh
I
my
have
god,
not.
10 out of 10. It's so funny because it's just like, you know that genre of early 2000s like European dance music where it's so obvious that like the people who are singing it do not speak English? So like it's
I,
that like these people just like made up that and like lyrics are like women are my favorite guy. It's incredible. And
oh,
it's
that,
and it's
that,
such a banger. Like I'm going to send it to you and I'm going to link it in the description of this episode for anybody who hasn't listened to it because it's so great.
oh, so you have started recording. I should stop online shopping now.
Yeah, just for now. I'm once again triple beveraging it.
I only have two.
We got Trader Joe's sparkling strawberry juice beverage for vibes, tea for
Mm-hmm.
energy, and water for hydration.
Yeah, I don't have energy drink because I got my water, and then for funsies vibes, I've got beer.
Nice.
This
I.
is a fancy ass beer because I went to this brewery, Trogs, which is in Hershey, Pennsylvania,
Fun.
like a week and a half ago, and this beer is $13 a bottle. So this is $13, well, closer to 14 worth of beer.
Goddamn.
It's good though.
Well, at
So
least
it's a
it was.
fancy.
At least it was worth it,
Yeah,
or
that's the
kind
one.
of, sort of. Um. Well, I guess I want to start with your kind of report back from your own personal Barbenheimer that you did yesterday.
Yeah, and and I was like, I'm gonna do a delayed Barbenheimer, then it won't be as crowded. No, middle of the day on a Tuesday, still crowded. So there's that part.
Like,
Um,
just before we get way too into this, people
yeah,
want to go to the movies.
yeah,
Like, I think that's a thing that studios don't understand. Because they're like,
mhm,
oh, releases in theaters, and then a week later it's on streaming. Which, like, yeah, for people who maybe, like, can't get to a theater because, like, they're immunocompromised, like, their theater isn't, like, handicap accessible, that's fantastic that they can still see things, like, close to the release date. But also, like, barring those kinds of situations, people want to go to the movies and, like, make an event out of it. And I
huh,
don't understand the way that studios are kind of just like seeing all of these things and being
yeah.
like, great, like, this is an event and it's made a huge amount of, like, it's been hugely successful, made huge amounts of money. Let's just, like, keep doing the same shit that we're doing.
For the Barbie movie, they had the Barbie popcorn bucket, the Barbie cup, and the Barbie blanket.
Did you get the cup?
They were all sold out.
I want a
And
Barbie
if
cup.
they had one, I was gonna get you one too.
You're a saint.
But yeah, no, they had a big sign. It was like, yeah, all these things were sold out. That I didn't even know they had the blanket, but it was on the sign.
God
Um,
damn.
so like, but things like that too are further like evidence. Yeah, people want to go out. They want to buy the things. They want to, you know.
And I saw somebody on Reddit post that, like, their local theater was doing like, a no kids, 18 plus only pajama party showing of Barbie. God damn it.
That would be amazing.
Which, like, is
I
so
would,
fantastic.
I would like to go to that.
Mm-hmm. Make it an event and you will draw people. Like, and this was another thing I saw on Twitter. Like, Barbie movie, Barbenheimer, the Taylor Swift tour is just evidence that, like, people want a thing to go out and get dressed up for.
Oh, yeah, or in my case, just dress as comfortably as possible when it comes to movies.
And that's
Sort of
totally
wearing,
fair.
actually. Yeah,
But did you wear pink?
I didn't. I just went in
Terrible.
what I happened to be wearing, which was like a blue t-shirt from one of my races or something. Um, but lots of people were wearing pink.
Hell yes, as they should
Yeah.
be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
But
pretty
yes, I
crowded.
interrupted you. Please tell your story.
It was a day. You know, took the whole day because I tried to get them as close together as possible, but leaving enough space that for just in
Mm-hmm.
case.
Yeah.
Pretty close. It was like an hour and 10 minutes between when the first one ended and the second one started.
And
Um,
for the viewers, what was your order?
so I did do Oppenheimer Barbie because of the way that the schedules worked out.
Okay.
And also because like the seating, like certain showings had better seating still available than others.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a while to figure out the combination I wanted, and I actually did at one point cancel a ticket and do a different one, like to try to. Well, that was because I was originally going to do IMAX for Oppenheimer, but our IMAX theater does not have the loungers.
Oh, ours doesn't either.
Yeah, and I just couldn't bring myself to sit and watch a 3 hour movie just like normal sitting with knees bent. I needed to lounge.
Fascinating.
So,
Wait, so do your theater have like loungers in other?
yeah, every single theater there has the lounging seats except the IMAX.
What? We don't have that.
Really? I thought that was pretty standard now.
Mm-mm.
Fascinating. Yeah, and it's hard, like when you're used to it, it's really hard to go back.
That's actually insane because even the tiny theater in Geneseo, like they upgraded so that the first couple rows have loungers so that they're not like uncomfortable, so that like it's not uncomfortable to actually take those seats.
Yeah, no, every single one of them in that
Huh.
complex.
That is
Yeah,
bizarre.
nice and cushy, and then you get to kick your feet up. Yeah, it's hard not to.
Damn, wish that were me.
Yeah, that's why I canceled a ticket, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to a regular theater. I don't need the IMAX. So,
Alright.
um, but yeah, I thought both movies were incredible.
Fantastic.
Like Oppenheimer, I thought was very aesthetically beautiful. Like
Mm-hmm.
the I want to call them animations because they're probably computer animated, but like what they would do of like chain reactions and things like that,
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, those were cool.
beautiful film. And especially like 3 hours, I thought there was going to be some point where I was like, well, they really didn't need this. No, I felt like
I
there
mean,
wasn't anything that.
it's a whole guy's life. And it's not just a guy, like it's the guy who headed the Manhattan Project. There's even if you're paring it down, there's a lot of important detail.
They really glossed over a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's so I've been listening to the last podcast on the Left series
I
on the
need to
Manhattan.
listen to the Manhattan. I'm getting close. I'm getting very
And
close.
when I watched the movie yesterday, I was I had listened to 4 of the 6 Manhattan Project episodes already.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew kind of a lot of the details of the history and like related people. And so when they would mention certain people in passing in the movie, I'm like Niels Bohr is barely in the movie,
Yeah,
but man, they do a long thing on Niels Bohr that is hilarious.
but
So
like there's just even if you're paring it down to only the
yeah,
essentials, it's so much.
yeah, yeah. So they definitely there were a lot of things I thought they really glossed over, but yeah, you can't. You'd have to do 2 movies or
Yeah, like or it'd have to be like a mini series like Chernobyl.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So oh man, that would be nice. Actually, they should do that.
I'm sure someone is thinking about it for the next like whatever kind of critically acclaimed miniseries, some
Yeah,
HBO shit.
yeah. But it was really good, and I was really proud of myself for not having to go to the bathroom in the middle. I did Google in advance, like when was the best room just in case.
Which again is why I feel as though that person on Twitter, their thing like there's a button you should press, and then if a certain percentage of the audience presses it, you get a pee break. I feel like that's really not a bad idea, especially because it takes as long as it takes to tell your story. So like, just give people the option.
Intermission. There should be an intermission because I'm sure I'm not the only person who was like gotta hold out,
Oh, I'm
because they
sure.
had a lot of liquid. Um, there was one point where I can't remember the exact line in the movie, but somebody said something along the lines of, "How can we can't justify using this against people?" somebody burst out laughing.
Bestie, no.
It's like, I guess they were laughing because we did, you know?
I mean, very much a dramatic irony type
Yeah,
beat, but
because the line was during a scene where they were trying to decide whether they should continue working on the bomb after Germany had already, like, essentially surrendered, you know, Hitler was gone and all that.
yeah.
So they were like, oh, they haven't used it yet. How can we justify using it? Laughter. It killed me. And then somebody's phone rang during the movie.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, oh man, they forgot to silence it. But then they answered it loudly.
People on Twitter have been complaining about this a lot. Like, people will, like, scroll TikTok during movies now. Like, I don't know what the pandemic did, but people do not know how to behave in a movie theater anymore. Like, the IMAX showing that I went to was fine because it was a bunch of film nerds there on opening day.
Yeah.
But, like, and then there's people who are, like, posting their own, like, tweets and TikToks being like, oh, you can't expect me to not be bored during a 3-hour movie. It's like, then why are you here?
Yeah, then just don't go to it. Like, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was worried because the person sitting to my right was like I mean, I didn't look at him super closely, but he looked like he was maybe 17.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, please don't.
Yeah, don't be like that, TM.
Yeah, it was fine. But as much as I loved Oppenheimer, Barbie,
I gotta say, Barbie was my favorite. Did you see anyone in Barbenheimer shirts?
I did not, man.
Because
but
we saw a fair amount.
Yeah, I've been looking at Barbenheimer shirts. I really like the one that just says "I have become death, destroyer of worlds." But
in the Barbie font. Here's what
yeah.
I got for Kyle and I was joking earlier today about, and I was talking to him, like, I think it was last night. I was like, God damn it, now I have to get one of these for Brooksy because I got us these. I survived Barbenheimer 2023 in the Barbie font with a pink explosion.
I've seen that on shirts.
Redbubble. But yeah, I got this.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many good Barbenheimer shirts. I was doing a lot of, and when I had texted you earlier in the day to tell you it was the day when I searched Barbenheimer, I was like, I gotta find a picture to send. And then I just kind of fell down a rabbit hole.
The artwork is beautiful. Like, the artwork that people are coming up with is beautiful.
Yeah. Man, but Barbie, it's one of those things where, I mean, I had high hopes because it had been reviewed well and because Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, like, I knew it was gonna be good.
Yeah.
But
at the same but at the same time, it's like a Barbie movie, you know, like.
I added it to my Letterboxd list of films that fuck way more than they have any right to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Detective Pikachu. We talked about that.
Precisely.
And,
it sounds like a cash grab or a terrible idea, and then it just knocks your socks off.
Yep. By the way, there's a Detective Pikachu game coming out for the Switch on October 6th.
There's some other things that are happening in October that I'm excited about that we will get to anyway.
Yeah, a lot of big stuff happening. Yeah, but I thought it was over the top and ridiculous, and also so freaking smart and funny.
Absolutely genius. I loved it. I loved every second of that movie.
5 minutes in, I was like, that's it. I'm sold. I love this. But I don't even do the rest.
So fantastic. Like, just the fact that they did, and, like, knowing, having seen a little kind of behind the scenes bits that I have seen, the fact that they did so many things, like, actually in a studio, not just like, okay, stand in front of this and we'll fill it in later. Like, they built actual sets, and they made, and, like, even, like, the scenes where, like, the car is just, like, running, like, through the various landscapes. Like, they did that thing that you see in, like silent films almost, where they'll have, like, a background that's rotating, and, like, it's so cool that they actually did all of these, like, as much as they could practically.
Yeah.
Which is just huge fan. And, like, Ryan Gosling.
Unpopular opinion, I do not find him attractive.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't find him attractive until I saw La La Land.
Yeah, no, I just...
Because I like a theater boy. But he fucking ate.
he did a good job. I honestly, though, would have preferred somebody that I saw as more of a Ken.
I thought
No,
he
but
was perfect. Loved it. Loved it. I love that you could see that he was just clearly having the time of his fucking life every second that he was on screen. There is nothing I like more than seeing an actor who is clearly just having such a blast. Like, oh my god. I love him so much. And you know I love a himbo.
hmm
And I also just love the fact that, like, as far as I can tell, there was zero visible effort to, like, airbrush out, like, his wrinkles or, like, get rid of the, like, normal, healthy amount of fat that he has on his abs. I was like, Ken is a 42-year-old bimbo with crow's
yeah,
feet, and I have never been more attracted to him.
yeah. I was glad to see
Absolutely incredible.
they didn't make him like dehydrate
Mm-hmm.
himself
He
because that
literally
was
just
like
looks like, yes, Ryan Gosling. I think he's extremely attractive,
body wise. Yeah,
but like that's just a guy who works out.
yeah,
Like, it's not steroids, he's not crazy dehydrated, he's not, like, actively doing damage to himself to look the way he looks. That is
yeah.
literally just a dude who worked out.
I think that's where the girl.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
with
And
her guidance, like
I love the way that, like, going method for Ken seems to have made Ryan Gosling actually dumber. Just, like, everything he says in interviews regarding this movie is so funny. Like, just him talking about how, like, talking about the song. He was like, "Oh, I didn't sing that. Ken sang that." What are you talking about? Or, like, saying that when he went outside and saw his daughter's Ken doll on the ground, face down in the dirt next to a smushed lemon, he, like, took a picture, sent it to Greta Gerwig, and said, "I shall tell his story." Like, who are you? Yeah,
Aw.
I love Ryan Gosling as Ken so much.
I thought Margot Robbie was incredible.
Oh my god, absolutely stunning.
Was yeah, she is ridiculously beautiful.
She's ridiculously beautiful. She absolutely killed it. I love the little fourth wall break of, like, hey, if you're trying to be like, this is what Barbie looks like when she's not pretty anymore, don't cast Margot Robbie. Which,
Yeah,
like, you're so right. But also, like, can you imagine the real life confidence boost of, like, getting the call that's like, hey, we are choosing you as the real life analog to the original fashion doll.
yeah,
You would never be able to tell me shit ever again. Ever.
yeah. No, and there were people in it that, because I just don't like read things in advance. I never watched a trailer for it. Like I never did any of that stuff. So there were people in it that I didn't know were in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael Cera as Alan.
Oh my god, I loved Michael Cera as Alan
I'm like,
so much. Absolutely
yeah, I got so
excellent.
excited. And of course, our new doctor,
Which,
Judy, was
but
it?
which, by the way, again proves Doctor Who is for hot people. Ryan Gosling literally wore a Doctor Who T-shirt, and when Ncuti Gatwa was announced as the 14th Doctor, he went to his trailer and was like, "Oh my god, I'm such a big Doctor Who fan. Doctor Who is for hot people."
Yeah, yeah. So
Absolutely excellent. Also, just America Ferrera. Can we talk for a second? Remember when there was an entire show that was just look at this ugly woman, and it was America Ferrera?
Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. And she when she was younger, she was in some movies and things like that where her character was like the fat character.
Absolutely bizarre.
Yeah, no, she's stunning. Don't
Like
get
I've
it.
been this is another like round of discourse that I've been seeing on various social media platforms where people are realizing like how fucking ridiculous the things that were said about people like um Kate Winslet, Britney Spears, what's it, Jessica Simpson, how utterly ridiculous it was in like the late 90s, early 2000s when people saw a woman who was like a size 8
Yeah,
and was like that's a heifer.
yeah. Well, yeah, because
What?
that was kind of slightly past the heroin chic
Mm-hmm.
period, but it was still like Christina Aguilera was held up as the standard, and she was just like a stick, when she first came out.
And the funny thing is, Christina Aguilera, like, doesn't even, like, I mean, obviously, like, that is unmaintainable, but, like,
Yeah.
she, like, kind of became the opposite of that beauty standard not all that much later.
Yeah. Well, and I saw something not that long ago, people making fun of her for being, like, overweight.
Like, 1997, Kate Winslet, people were really like, this woman is overweight. Like, at, like, the Titanic premiere. What in fuck's name are you talking about? Like, that is literally just a woman. A stunningly beautiful woman, but that is, like, one of the most average body types that there is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and actually,
Ridiculous.
it's much smaller than average. Because the average height and weight of a woman in the US,
Yeah.
like, yeah, not even close to that.
Yeah,
She's
like,
definitely at the low end.
that's literally just a woman. Absolutely ridiculous.
That's just what a healthy body weight looks like.
It's so nuts.
That's not
Anyway,
making yourself unhealthy for the sake of aesthetics.
but yeah, again, and bringing it back around to my man Ryan Gosling, that is just a dude who worked out for a movie. Absolutely fantastic. And same thing with Margot Robbie. Like, yeah, she kind of has like a slender build anyway, but like she doesn't look like emaciated. She just looks
Yeah.
like she's in good shape. So like,
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, and again, I keep saying this, but Greta Gerwig, just the way that's the way she does things.
I
you know,
love Greta
to
Gerwig so much. And also, I
realistic.
believe today she has become, I think, the first female director to earn $1 billion at the box office. Stay winning.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
no,
Barbie movie is an absolute masterpiece. Yes, I did cry. Thank you very much.
I think when it comes out on Blu-ray, we should organize like a pink pajama party or something.
Oh my god, absolutely yes. I need to get my grubby little paws on a 4K copy of that as soon as possible. Barbie is so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Do you have a 4K like Blu-ray?
Oh, of course I do.
I was gonna say I have one. If not,
My film connoisseur media collector ass, of course I do.
I have exactly one 4K Blu-ray though.
I got a
Maybe.
4K Blu-ray player because I bought the director's cut of Midsummer, and I didn't realize that it was a 4K Blu-ray, and I couldn't play it, and I was so pissed that I asked for one for either my birthday or the next Christmas, whichever holiday had been closer. I was like, need this, need to view, and now I have
when
several.
when my last Blu-ray died, Blu-ray player died a couple of years ago. I was like, might as well just get the best
Yeah.
one, and then I got Baby Driver as my only movie on 4K. But
Although, a thing that I'm gonna do the next time I need a new Blu-ray player, because fucking planned obsolescence, I'm gonna get the 4K, but also region free.
mm,
Because I don't need to be dealing with that.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I have a Blu-ray copy of Over the Garden Wall that I cannot watch. Because it is for, like, the UK and Canada. For
I hung
what?
my Open Garden Wall print right there.
Love it! I know today is only August 2nd, but, like, the time draws near.
Couple more months.
As soon as it takes over to September, let's be entirely real here.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna probably order a Barbenheimer shirt.
Hell yes, as is your God-given right. But speaking of things that are happening today and in the coming months, one, Ghost US tour starts today. I'm gonna die.
And you're only couple weeks away from it? Yeah.
18th.
I keep forgetting to turn my calendar, so I'm looking at the mini calendar. So that's 2 weeks from now.
I gotta do that. But yeah, the time draws near.
Yeah.
Nearer
By the time
and nearer.
it'll be a week away.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll be a week away. And I will continue to just get more and more unhinged, which, like, fucking shocker. But there you have it.
Yeah.
So, Ghost US Tour starts today. Twin Temple, which is, I am not even remotely kidding for anyone who has never heard of these guys before, is a satanic doo-wop band. They dropped a new single today, and they're dropping a new album on Friday the 13th in October.
Oh man, we're really getting blessed with the Friday the 13th in October this year.
Thank you, Satan.
right on cue, you said Friday the 13th.
And
Spooky
now we
cat.
have a black cat. Beautiful.
Oh, so spooky.
Um,
Very
and since we're kind of still, we spent such a long time talking about movies, I saw last night, Kyle and I went to go see Talk to Me, which is one of the latest A24 horror offerings. Very ooky spooky. Highly recommend if you wanna be made deeply unsettled and uncomfortable.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it, and I was sitting in my car waiting between movies today. So I watched a trailer, and I was, yeah, looked good.
Some freaky shit. I was a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy that. I texted you that I saw in the previews that there's a movie coming out featuring our patron saint, and I love that you knew who I meant.
Of course I knew who you meant. Our patron saint is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it's just funny that that's now, like, a thing.
Well, duh.
That's how I think of him in my head. I don't even think of him by name anymore. He's just our patron saint.
Well, as we should. And, honestly, on the topic of our patron saint, I might as well just say this now. We are doing St. Nicholas Cage month again in December. And we are also going to be we're going to be bridging the gap between our spooky season streams and St. Nicholas Cage month by having November be all Nicolas Cage horror movies.
Yeah, and I'm
which
gonna
I'm
try to
very excited about.
I'm gonna try to come up with a fun punny name for it. I think that sounds like a fun activity to kind of sit down and try to.
Amazing. I wait with high hopes.
I hope I enjoy trying to come up with a good pun. Sometimes you just can't find one, but.
And isn't that the worst?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Okay. So kind of the only thing that I have to quote unquote like talk about, this is really kind of just a conversation heavy episode rather than a debate heavy episode. Has your phone done the horrible update yet? So
yeah, it's making me very upset.
I hate it, and I have like cut back my usage of that app so much because I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So my question is, how long do we really think all of this X bullshit is going to last?
Do you mean in the sense of him, like, changing it back, or people just giving up on the Bird app entirely?
Either. Like, which do we think is more likely to happen? Because frankly, I think that man could be easily bullied.
He kind of has backtracked a number of times, like fired people and then had to call him back, like, hey, actually.
Yeah, except like he is very easily bullied. Like as soon as he put that like, you can only see 300 tweets per day or whatever, like that was gone almost the next day because people were so pissed.
What was the point of it?
Exactly. Why do you not want people using your product?
Yeah, like
you stupid idiot.
Like he's intentionally sabotaging it. Because he has not made a single good decision. Not one.
Okay. And, like, I'll try and find a source for this, but I was talking about this with Kyle. Like, there were literally people back when he was still involved with SpaceX. Like, there were people... He was, like... The post I have in mind described him as kind of like a boy king. In the sense that there were literally people whose job it was to essentially just manage him. Like, to present ideas to him in a way that would make him think that he came up with them. And, like, to make it look like there was all this crazy, like, insane Matrix shit going on. Like, somebody who used to work there said that they would literally have, like, a YouTube video of, like, Matrix-looking coding playing on one of their screens whenever he was in the room. And now, and there's no one at Twitter who in the transition to him becoming CEO of Twitter, like, there wasn't that anymore. Like, there weren't people who were managing him.
So now he is actually coming up with his own ideas?
Yes.
Terrible? Yeah.
So, like, there you have that, which is probably why so many things are as terrible as they are. And also, again, just, like... No one has ever told him no in his entire life.
Some of his terrible decisions are entertaining, like people paying to be verified.
Ridiculous.
That got kind of funny though.
That got extremely funny, especially when somebody like made fucking what's it, Boeing and Lockheed Martin lose billions of dollars.
Yeah. So that was a dumb decision that at least provided
At
entertainment,
least it
but
was entertaining, but now with the whole like DM limit thing,
just
like that's like if you're taking commissions based on like what like based on like posting your art on Twitter, dude, you're fucked.
maybe I am not very tech savvy, but
I
maybe
mean, nor am I.
like you people are using up too much bandwidth, so I'm going to place these limitations. And in that way, he feels like a dad who's like, you better turn off that light. You left the room, you know.
Oh my god, did you see the whole thing where um somebody took a screenshot of like you know how your like Twitter likes are public? Somebody took a screenshot of a tweet that Elon Musk liked. It was like, "Yo, DM me if you look like this," and it was a bunch of pictures of Misa from Death Note. And they took a screenshot of this and made a comment like, "This is like a 50-something-year-old man," and then almost immediately after there was an announcement like, "Oh, we're gonna make likes private now." You fucking loser. I hate him. I hate him so much.
Yeah, I have you checked out Threads?
No, and I refuse to because my Instagram audience and my Twitter audience are two very, very different things, and I
Yeah.
don't want to make a Threads account that links to my Instagram account and by extension my Facebook account because even my Instagram and my Facebook are kind of different audiences. And if you like show up to Threads and you don't like it and you're like, "Oh, I want to delete my account." You can't do that without deleting your Instagram and Facebook. So I'm just not gonna do that.
Even looked at it because like I don't even tweet as it is, so that's the point. But the reason I mention it is because if people, so it seems more likely of the two that Elon Musk would just kind of give up and revert. But if people are to leave the app, that seems to be the only alternative,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so I'm wondering if that's where a lot of the previous content will move.
Yeah, I don't know. That I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna get bullied into putting everything back first.
yeah. And I get like,
Especially the way he does things without the proper permissions, like that stupid fucking X sign on top of the Twitter headquarters that is already gone. Like he's gonna do that too many times and then just have his toys taken away, essentially.
yeah.
By like people who understand like, contractual law and things like that.
Every single time I look at my phone and see that X logo, I
I
get
hate
like
it.
physically upset.
And I hate when my friends DM me and I see the little X. I'm like, that's not what it is. And I've brought this up before, but I cannot fathom the stupidity of inheriting like tweet, retweet, like that kind of branding and then
Yeah,
throwing it away.
call it Xing. Did you see
No,
that?
no, it's post and repost now, and I hate it.
Oh my god. Can it be more boring?
He's such an idiot.
Yeah, I don't take take this really successful brand.
And then get rid of everything that made it successful.
Yeah. I just again, I can't come to any other conclusion that other than like he's intentionally trying to sabotage. There's
And
no
I
way.
can't even think of. I mean, does that mean he would get to, like, would declaring bankruptcy help him in some way? Like, would that be advantageous in multiple areas of his life, not just the Twitter thing?
No, I mean, probably with certain financial laws it would. You know.
He's so dumb, and I hate him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it amounts to, like you said, no one's ever told him no when everyone's always praised him his whole life and told him he had the best ideas. And so everything that pops into his head, if he likes it, he just assumes it's going to be successful.
He's such a
And
moron.
he is very much the stereotypical middle aged man who's like, black is the coolest color. right? So we'll get rid of that blue stuff in black, but also just X because it's edgy. It's like it's not.
I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Not.
so sick of it. If I didn't, like, have things that I want to be able to continue to access, like, in my likes and retweets and bookmarks,
Mm-hmm.
I would just be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Because again, not really a good alternative
Yeah.
either.
It pissed me off so much that, like, somebody can purchase a major public forum and destroy it because they're bored and they have enough money. Like, that's genuinely so infuriating.
Yeah, and that's what's really interesting because just legally speaking, I think one of the things that they're going to have to confront in the very near future is, do these kinds of platforms reach a point where they deserve like legal protection on behalf of the people?
I would say absolutely.
Yeah, but I think that that's going to be something they're going to have to deal with
Well, because I've seen
relative.
people point out when he was doing that thing where, like, oh, we're gonna, like, delete all the inactive accounts, people were like, my friend who, like, passed away
Yeah.
still has a Twitter account of, like, their thoughts and feelings and things that they found funny, and that's just gonna
Mhm.
be gone because some rich guy says so.
Yeah. Yeah, because like after at a certain point when these kinds of platforms get so big and so many people are on them, they're just like they're part of the culture now,
Yeah, like,
right?
how can you say
They're
that one person owns something that literal billions of people use to communicate every single day? It's
a huge chunk
ridiculous.
of public discourse.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, once it reaches a certain point, it it becomes something else. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just your website that you use to make money. It's now just part of
Yeah,
us.
no, it is literally a public forum.
Yeah, which it's sort of interesting because it's a similar sort of argument to like
Mm-hmm.
net neutrality, right? Where
Oh,
they
rip net neutrality, my beloved.
at a certain point, um, the FCC had tried to argue that the internet was now on the same level as like electricity and water, right? That
I
deserved
mean, I think it
government.
absolutely is.
Yeah, because like it's now at this point where we can't really survive without it. If you're not on the internet, you can't take part in a lot of the world. You can't do a lot of things that require the internet. Um, and so we want to treat it like it's the same thing and regulate it like we would a public utility, which of course they had to backtrack on that. Um, but like a similar sort of thing, but with a
Mm-hmm.
specific platform. Like, no, it's reached a point now where it's so ingrained in the public life,
Yeah,
and it's a
no.
big part of the way that people connect to each
Another
other.
thing
And
about how dumb it is to get rid of all, like, the bird thing, like,
Mhm.
retweet was literally added to the dictionary, and you're just chucking that out the window.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. I
yeah,
think this is the second episode in a row that we've spent an obscene amount of time just talking about how stupid Elon Musk is and how much we hate him. But frankly, I don't think there's enough time in the world to dedicate to that.
no, no, it's just, and you end up just saying the same things over and over, and they all amount to,
Because you
oh,
you can't believe the level of stupidity.
yeah, yeah.
And the fact
It's
that,
a
like, he still has people defending him like he is a real life Tony Stark. Dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life. That man could slam his own dick in a car door and he would still have these people in these crypto bros in his comments being like, "Oh, masterful move, sir."
yeah.
Unbelievable. Like, I cannot imagine. And, like, look, I'm wearing my ghost necklace, I'm wearing my ghost shirt. I'm getting a ghost tattoo, but I truly cannot imagine being that far up someone's ass.
Well, it's a very similar thing, and not to get political, but like Donald Trump, even,
No, it's
it doesn't
nuts.
matter what they do.
And the thing is, with him, like, he literally even, like, calls his followers stupid to their faces. And they're going wild for it.
Similar situation, I guess. The idolatry of it.
It's so nuts. Like, he'll literally be standing there being like, "Oh, you guys you'll do whatever I say. If I tell you to bark, you'll do it." And they're all just like, "Yeah!" It's like, Do you not see?
I don't get it.
The irony of so many things is just utterly, utterly insane. And, like, again, as a person who very much hyperfixates on, like, the people who are responsible for, like, the art that I enjoy, again, there's a point where I stop. Like, there's a point of no return for me.
There are also times where you have, like, found out a thing about one of those people that was not good, and at least questioned.
Yeah, I at least, like, I think about
Ninja Sex
it.
Party is what I'm thinking of.
Hmm?
Ninja Sex Party is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, like, Ninja Sex Party, Rammstein. Like,
Even Joss Whedon.
we've had the Joss Whedon discussion on the stream before when we watched Cabin in the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, my thing with Elon Musk in particular is that he hasn't even produced anything. Like, yeah, it seemed like with Ninja Sex Party, with Rammstein, like, yeah, Danny Sexbang and Till Lindemann have turned out to be incredibly sketchy people from the information that has come to light. But at least they, like, put something into the world first. Like, at least there's something that, like, has had a positive effect on people. Like, the music. Or, like, even with, like, I despise J.K. Rowling with my whole being. But, like, my entire childhood was Harry Potter. And it made me incredibly, incredibly happy. So, like, at least there was that prior to the current bullshit. Like, with him, what? His daddy owned an apartheid emerald mine? And he made all his money buying ideas from other people? Like, what has he done? Nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. Which is why I don't understand the worship at all.
He's done one thing, destroying Twitter.
Yeah, he's destroyed Twitter. That is the thing that he's done. And now he's like, oh, I'm going to make it into, like, the everything app, and there's going to be banking. I'm like, you are going to destroy the world economy is what you're going to do.
Nobody wants an everything app. That just seems dangerous. Yeah.
Did
Oliver.
you just see him jump behind the curtain?
I was watching him prepare, but, like, right where he jumped is blocked by your microphone, so I didn't actually see the jump. I heard it.
Here, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll show you the view.
I saw him get ready to jump, and I was like, man, that might go poorly. Hi.
Ta-da!
Such skill.
Such skill. You're fine.
Ats, man.
Love them.
Impressive little weird creatures.
But I think we've bitched enough, and if we keep talking, we're just gonna keep saying the same points over and over again. So let that bring us to the weekly worsening.
Yes.
Would you like to go first, or shall I?
Go for it.
I had something so good. Oh, another stupid ghost purchase recently, or not recently, it finally shipped. The, like, giant Impera box set collector's edition finally arrived.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous, love her so much. This is another one of the ghost shirts that I got recently, which also, like, tell me why his waist is so snatched in this art. Like, for what? There was something else so good that I was thinking of earlier today when I was just, like, doing my silly little tasks and being like, man, I can't wait to bring this up on the podcast. And now just, ooh, I should move my microphone back into place.
Yeah, I could hear you just fine. So.
That'd be smart. Sorry, what?
Was it Sweeney Todd?
Oh my god, yeah, we got tickets to go see Sweeney Todd, which is very exciting.
I was talking to somebody today, and I mentioned that, and this is an older individual, and she said that she saw Sweeney Todd on Broadway when Angela Lansbury was the star.
No, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And so I looked up when Angela Lansbury was in it, and it was like 1979 to 84, I believe.
That's what I thought, early 80s.
Yeah. And so it would have been back then. Yeah,
that is like fantastic.
It must have been 79 because my kids weren't even born yet. And I was like, holy cow, yeah. So,
Wow. That is so cool. I really like the Angela, like the original Broadway cast recording of that soundtrack. However, I will say I am not in love with how staccato all of the like, and Angela Lansbury's not even a soprano, but like all of her parts are. Like she's an incredibly capable singer and she does a great job. I like a little more. I like the notes to flow into each other a little more.
yeah.
But that's just kind of a me personally thing.
Less of a William Shatner case.
Essentially, yeah.
That's the comparison I recommend. Yeah, that's one of our exciting October
That
things.
is one of our exciting October things. There's many exciting October things already.
My October is jam packed.
Which, like, as it should be. Spooky season.
My first marathon's in October.
Oh shit, dog. Good luck.
Yeah, big month. Big month.
Very exciting.
Yeah, was it? But that was the thing you couldn't think of.
You know, I don't think it was.
Bummer.
I mean, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
But,
Ways that you generally have worsenings. You have ghosts.
And I bought
You have
another ghost shirt today.
yeah, cosplay related. Um, Anime
No.
related.
No.
Um,
Maybe it just was the Impera thing.
hmm. Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, there you have it. The insanity continues in so many ways.
By the way, I'm jazzed about this Detective Pikachu game coming out in October 6th. It's technically a sequel to the
Fun.
Detective Pikachu game that came out for the Nintendo 3DS.
I never had a 3DS. The last
Yeah.
Nintendo handheld I had before the Switch was a Nintendo DSi.
But the game looks super fun, so I'm pretty excited. This 2 days after my birthday.
Exciting.
Yeah. So that's pretty. I know I'm going to be getting that. So there's that.
As you should. As is your right.
On to me.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. Like, I continue to trudge along in my Attack on Titan uh, reading, and the number of times I have to stop myself from taking a picture of a page and sending it to you because I would otherwise just flood. But like,
Yep.
there was a particular picture of drawing of Levi where I was like, "This is amazing." Um,
The time will come soon.
like, no, you can't just keep doing that. It's not like it's spoilers, because I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah.
But still, it really killed me. So they're the drawings of Levi are just every last one of them is delightful because the way they draw his face is just
Amazing. I am very excited to start that at some point in the near future.
yeah. And I've been working on my old lady crafts. I cut 100 gray squares yesterday, so I now have
Girl.
all yeah all of the squares that I need to assemble my quilt top.
Nice.
Gotta figure out how I'm gonna arrange them. So that's exciting.
Fun.
Um, but I cleaned my grandfather's ukulele and restrung it.
Oh, wow. That looks awesome.
The thing is, it is literally unplayable
Oh.
because it's 70 years old, and the tuning pegs, like when you turn them to tune it, they'll sometimes just go back like almost immediately. So it doesn't stay tuned for even a full minute. Yeah. And so I was real bummed because I was like, oh, I was gonna learn how to play. And so now I'm like, well, if I want to learn how to play, I have to buy a ukulele.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
I did not buy one yet because I was like, it's just going to be a phase. You're going to get real excited about it for like a week and then never touch it again. And I floated the idea to somebody today and they were like, no, you have too many hobbies for the stuff that you're doing. But I kind of want one.
I feel as though you should explore ways to possibly repair the tuning pegs on that first.
I don't know what that would look like because I don't know. I don't even know how you would get those off there or like try to.
I would start with Google.
Yeah. And I had it tuned
that is what I'm
perfectly.
gonna encourage you to do, bestie.
Yeah, and I like Googled and did a lot of research to pick out the best possible strings for it. You know, restrung it, had it tuned perfectly.
Gorgeous.
The fret, I scrubbed it with a toothbrush and
Mm-hmm.
still couldn't get the grooves, and I had to use toothpicks.
Ugh.
The amount of dirt I got off this thing. Again, 70 years worth of dirt. So
Disgusting.
yeah. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to play it, but I don't know if I can figure it out.
I'm gonna suggest research before buying things, but
They're not very expensive.
oh no, I know they're not. I've purchased a ukulele and I hardly ever play it, but
Yeah. But that could be a fun, soothing activity, learning how to play it.
this is very true.
And I'll just fit it in with the quilting and the knitting and the crocheting and the video games.
Girly pop.
Listening to my podcasts, and running, and all the other things that I do.
Boy, oh boy.
I'm also probably going to get more insufferable pretty soon because I'm trying to get back on my gym bullshit.
Oh god.
And I healthy eating. Oh, I did meal prep. I got containers with like chicken breast and broccoli and brown rice.
Shut up.
I got it. I'm running a marathon in less than 2 months, and
Alright, I will allow it for that and that alone.
so I might get semi-insufferable about it.
Amazing. Well,
I purchased pink sauce.
the fuck is that?
The TikTok pink sauce?
You and I are on different sides of TikTok, bestie.
No, it was a few months ago that it was like on TikTok, like the most talked about thing. That's weird. I know a famous thing from a social media that you don't.
Bask in the moment.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen again.
The first and only time.
Unprecedented, also never to be seen again.
Love it.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when it was because time is so. I'm bad at judging it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this pink sauce made by, it was like Chef P or something. Chef Pie? I don't remember what the name was. But it was like this bright pink sauce. Then it was bright pink because it's got like a dragon fruit base.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, so it gives it like that little bit of sweetness and makes it bright pink, but then it's like spicy and stuff too. And people were so obsessed with it that she decided to make and sell a shelf stable version. Unfortunately, to make it shelf stable, it's not nearly as pink as it was. It's like a pale pink, so it takes that factor away. But you can buy it in bottles at like Walmart.
Sick.
So I got some, and it is unique. I've never tasted it.
I will be trying that the next time I am at your apartment.
Yeah, but I enjoy it thoroughly, and normally I just eat plain steamed brown rice when I'm on my health kicks, but I put some of that pink sauce on it.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've given in to the TikTok sauce.
Amazing. Well, with both of us having complained for a solid half an hour and having ended the podcast significantly worse than we started it, I think that'll wrap us up for today.
That's fair.
All right. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back again next week. Adios. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at AndSarahSaid. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and Facebook, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon for early access to episodes and fun bonus content. Thanks for listening!